Hello. First off, sorry I haven't had a video in a while. I'm going to try to do a couple this week. First I want to talk about your last paper. A lot of you have asked me to come up with a video explaining it, and don't be confused by some of the minutia of this final paper. What I'm asking you to do is first to make sure when you write your paper, you have your name or class. Don't worry about the time, just put online my name and the number of, you don't even have to worry about the number of words. Because turning it in will count your words for you. So I'm not worried about that part. At the top of the page, under your name and above your report, you want to write the title of the artist and work of the 4 works you experienced. Provide a full citation, a full citation as possible for each work, noting its location, where it was made, who published it, and who exhibited it. Again, you can use MLA style. Here's where we get into the more detailed part. You're going to write in your own words and summarize and evaluate each of the 4 works you experienced. In your summations, describe in detail, using the language appropriate to the medium that you're experiencing. So, for example, you read a book or poem, you heard a musical composition, you saw a play, an artwork, etc. Include the title of the work, subjects, colors, instruments if applicable, ideas, language, style, etc. If summarizing a novel, play, film, or opera, do not merely describe the plot. Describe the experience of seeing a live piece of theater, if you can get to one, or reading a long novel, or watching a classic film, or viewing an entire opera. What is it you liked? What was it that you liked? How did the audience react if there was one? What qualities of the old film or opera did you watch stand out? The point of this section is for you to give your reader as vivid a description as possible of the cultural experience. Again, have a little bit of fun with it. Next, you're going to write an evaluation immediately after the summary you wrote for the same work. So you're going to write, you're picking 4 works, remember, that you're experiencing. You're going to then give me a summary and evaluation of each work in your own words. Then you're going to kind of give an evaluation in depth of why this cultural experience means to you. What did you learn? What did you like? Why or why not? So summary and evaluation. For the first one, summary and evaluation. For the second one, summary and evaluation for the third one. And summary and evaluation for the fourth one. After those 8 passages, you want to write one more section in which you compare and contrast your 4 cultural experiences and discuss what they have taught you about culture, values, the world, and yourself. Okay? Hopefully this helps you a little more. Remember, your first category, you're picking 4. So remember that the first one is music. You can attend a concert if you want, or you can listen to a full album by a number of the different composers I have listed. And if you have another one you'd rather do, just let me know ahead of time for approval. You can listen to or view an opera by, again, one of the composers I suggested, or if you have another one that fits into our time period, then you're certainly welcome to suggest it based on approval. You can watch the performance of the symphony on YouTube if you wish. But again, you do not simply write about one short song. Write about as many as you can within reason. Category B is film, visual art, or architecture. You can watch a classic film. You can visit an online gallery, study a book of pictures or essays, or view a film about one of the following artists. There's a huge bunch listed. You can choose another one if you wish based on approval. You can go visit an online gallery, study a book of pictures or essays, or view a film about one of the following artistic movements. And I have a bunch of them listed on your sheet. You can study a book or view a film about one of the following architects or works of architecture. Again, I have a list for you on your paper. Again, do not simply write about one painting or sculpture. Write about as many as you can within reason. Category C, literature, drama, philosophy, or religion. You can attend a play if you wish. Or you can watch a play at YouTube or any other kind of online venue. Read one of the following long poems that I've listed. Read a book of poetry by one of the listed poets. Again, not simply one small, short poem, but write about as many as you can within reason. You can read one of the following stories. There's a bunch of them listed. You can read a novel. There's a bunch of them listed. You can read a major section of one of the works of philosophy or political theory. There's a bunch listed. You can read a major section of a work of philosophy, theology, or political theory by another group. There's another section listed. Or you can view a play by one of the following playwrights. Again, it doesn't have to be live. It can be on YouTube or a video source. And the last one is any cultural experience of your own choosing, as long as it classifies as art. And you can choose anything from A through C, and basically devise your own experience. Be creative. Pick something that you want to experience. It can be as simple as going to an old church in your neighborhood and looking around at the architecture, or visiting an old library. If possible, see if you can get out of the house. But if you can't, that's all right. It would be great if you could do something like take a local tour of a city, or visit an area. It doesn't have to even be something you've done this semester. Maybe you went to Williamsburg last year or a few years ago. Remember what that was like and talk about it. Maybe you've gone to Philadelphia. Talk about that. You can supplement your experience by looking up stuff on the internet, but think about that. And again, you can just visit a house of worship for religion other than your own. And attend any kind of artistic performance or festival. Visit a local gallery. Visit the Noise Museum. Visit Stockton's Museum. Go visit the ACC gallery upstairs in the library. Just try to see if you can find anything, and then talk about how it's classified as art. All right, so let's review. Your final piece is divided into 4 sections. Each section has 2 parts, a summary and an evaluation. Remember, this is a fairly large piece, so we're looking at maybe 1,500 words. That's why your last one was short. And what I want you to do is summarize, evaluate. Summarize, evaluate. Summarize, and evaluate. So our first section deals with music. So you're going to summarize and evaluate some sort of music. By the way, that attend a concert could be a modern concert. Maybe you went to a Beyonce concert or something. Tell me what it was like. Summarize it, evaluate it. Show me how it fits into the human experience. Category B, film, visual art, or architecture. Again, you have lots of choices there. C, literature, drama, philosophy, or religion. Lots of choices there. And then D is a free-for-all. Choose your own experience and make it personal to you. So hopefully this helps you guys a little more with this particular essay. It's not a traditional essay, and I don't want you to view it that way. I'm going to come out by next weekend with the rubric to tell you how I'm going to evaluate it. I will, of course, grade for grammar and organization, but I want to make sure you've followed the experience of picking something, summarizing it, and evaluating it. Fitting it into what section of the human experience it comes from. What age? Is it from the modern era? Is it from the Victorian era? Is it from the Revolutionary era? And again, it can be an experience you've had a little while ago. It doesn't have to be something you've done right now. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago you went and visited Germany. You can talk about some of the old castles maybe that you went into. Or maybe you went to Disney World. Talk about what the human experience represents there. How that fits into things. Alright, so try that out. If you have any questions, give me an email or text. And I will be putting up the rubric that I will use to evaluate this in a few days.